Hello, everybody. Hello. I see people are on here. They're chatting already. Happy Thursday to you guys. Let me see. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Joe. Hello, Teresa. Hi, April. 6:30 on Friday morning here in Australia. Oh my goodness. It's an early morning. What, Tammy? Mrs. Biden was your homeroom teacher in 9th grade? That's crazy. There's a little fun fact. That's crazy. We need to have a retreat in Australia at Joe's place. That is really funny. So, hello, I am Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. For those of you who do not know me, happy Thursday. I'm so happy to be here with you on our regularly scheduled program. We had a special edition program this week on Tuesday where we went through all of the new releases that are coming for Moda and for Riley Blake Designs. And I hope that you guys had fun with that. I had fun spending time with you. It was a little bit of a marathon. And so I wasn't expecting it to take so long. So I do apologize for how long it took. I mean, we were on there for over 2 hours. It was insane. So I appreciate you guys who stuck with me through it all. And I hope that you enjoyed all of the goodies that you were able to see and that I shared with you. And I hope you had fun. I hope you had a little bit of fun with the games and the prizes and all of that. So thank you so, so much for joining me for that and for sticking with me through it all. I don't know what we're going to do in the future. 2 hours seems like a lot. So I might have to figure out how to do that a little bit differently. But I hope you had fun. Teresa said, yes, it was so fun. Joe said, it was amazing. Thank you for sharing it. You are welcome. I enjoy doing that, especially because, well, I get excited about this stuff when it arrives, and sharing it with my husband just isn't the same. I mean, he likes some stuff, but it's just not the same. And so when I can share it with you guys, and I just enjoy it. I enjoy sharing all of the new fabrics and getting your reactions and seeing what you think and seeing if your reactions are the same as mine, or maybe you like stuff that I wasn't crazy about. So I really enjoy doing that stuff with you. And I'm glad that there is a good response to it and that people enjoy doing it too. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do that. So let's see. How did you survive without an oven? Says Margaret. Are you talking to me, Margaret? Or does somebody else have an oven problem? I did have an oven problem for a while, a broken oven problem. It was broken. We were without it for maybe, I want to say it was like a couple months, because an oven is an expense, number one. But number two, because of the pandemic, they were all back ordered. And so we had a budget price range. And of course, all of the ones in that price range were sold out and then back ordered until like March. And then I approached it differently and decided to say, okay, you tell me what you have that we can get right away, and we'll have to see if we can make that work. So then we were able to get one. I'm so excited that we finally got one. We were all really sick of having pasta all the time. The stovetop worked, but the oven did not work. But everybody was really tired of having pasta and crock-pot meals. And so we were really happy to have an oven again. But now our dishwasher is broken. I think I shared with you guys last week, my daughter accidentally backed up and fell right on the dishwasher door. And so our dishwasher is broken. So we've been without that for, I don't know, maybe a week and a half now. And that has been more disruptive, I would say, to our family life than not having an oven was. It's just it's very disruptive. Like, we are really unhappy without a dishwasher. We really want to have a dishwasher. And so we're going to see if we can get that fixed. And then no more appliances need to break, like just no more. So we're still trying to figure out what to do about the dishwasher, and if it's able to be fixed or not. So we have somebody come in to look at that to tell us. Thanks for the welcomes. Hi, Trisha. And I'm trying to talk myself into or out of it. Oh, that frosty forest right there. Right there. That was really fun to stitch. It was a year ago this month that we started that stitch along, that Frosty Forest stitch along. And it was fun to stitch. I mean, there were times, I'm not going to lie. There were times that I was like, oh my gosh, could there be any more snow? You know, because you're just stitching that pile of snow for forever. But it's such a cute stitch. And then for mine, I had seen somebody else put a church in the center, not that church, but I don't think it was that church, but a different one. And I really liked the idea of doing a church in the center. And so that kind of brought it all together for me. I really liked how it turned out with the church. But Frosty Forest was pretty fun. I mean, those cottages are pretty cute and those little critters are pretty cute. So that's one that I am happy I spent my time doing. Like there might be some occasions, you know, like when I went with my husband and we saw Lord of the Rings Part 3 in the theater. I liked the Lord of the Rings series. Like it was good. My husband loved it. I wasn't like in love with it like he was, and my sister loves it. But I liked it, but it was like, and we left the theater and I was like, that is 3 hours of my life that I can't get back. And so if I ever come to a stitch and I feel like, oh my gosh, I spent all that time stitching it and that's time that I can't get back, then I would tell you that. But for Frosty Forest, that definitely was not the case, nor for Cottage of the Month. Like every stitch along that we've done so far, I have not felt like, oh, I kind of wish I wouldn't have done it. I really enjoyed Frosty Forest. I went without a dishwasher for 6 months. It is horrible. That's a long time, April. I'm not quite sure how you survived. Deanna, hello. Been there, done that, but didn't break. I know. So Sharon shared with me, she did the same exact thing as my daughter. And Sharon, I shared it with my daughter and she was like, really? That happened to somebody else? I said, yeah, Sharon backed up and fell on her dishwasher too, which is crazy that the same exact thing happened, but it made her feel a little bit better that it doesn't just happen to her. And a lot of you reached out and you shared like you felt bad for her and you shared that it's not just her, it happens to people. And I shared all of your stories with her and it really did make her feel better because she felt pretty bad after it happened. Just not because of that one incident. I think it was just like one thing after another kept just not going right for her. So she kind of had a black cloud over her head for a while. But all of your comments, I told her all of the stuff that you guys reached out and said, and she got a little smile on her face. And so she felt better hearing that she's not alone. Let's see. Yes, paper products are my friend. And I love the church in the center. The snow can be a lot sometimes, but you know, it wasn't bad. And the stitches are very small. And so they're very doable to get one done in a month. I mean, even within a couple weeks. I got it done in a month, but I had other stitch alongs that I was doing at the same time. So it's doable to get it done in like, 9 months or less. Donna, is there a certain color you start with in the Frosty Forest series, and do you do all of that color first? I always started with the white border. So each square has a white border. So I would start with that. And then I just started with whatever was at the top. So let me see if I can take that out. Yeah, I just have it up there with the command strip. So I would start with these white borders and I would get that done. And then I just started with whatever's at the top. So for this one, it was the green, and I just did like the green up here. And I do section by section. Some people do color by color. I feel like that's a lot of counting. So for me personally, it's just easier for me to do section by section. So I would go through and I did all this. So I do all the green up here, and then I'd switch and I'd do all the brown and all the white. And then I went down here and I would do all of the green tree, and then I would do this green and this green. And then when there's a lot of snow like this and there's this stuff in the middle, oftentimes I would do these things first, because my problem is sometimes when I get stitching, a big patch of snow like this, I just keep going and I forget to leave these spaces. So oftentimes I would do these first. That way I didn't have to worry about forgetting them. So if that helps, I don't know if that makes sense. So I kind of do section by section, and then I do all of the color that's in that section, and then I'll move on. That's how I felt about Lord of the Rings too. Is it really, Kim? I mean, I was seriously like, I can't get that time back. We just spent 3 hours in the theater watching that. I mean, that was before kids, but wait until you get to Snow Village. That's center block is going to be rough, but worth it. Snow Village is going to be super cute. But I agree. I mean, again, it's kind of a lot of snow, but I really am happy with it at the end. And I'm really thinking about taking this and framing it. Like, I feel like these bigger stitches really lend themselves well to framing. I'm thinking the same thing for Farmhouse Christmas and maybe even Jack Frost Tree Farm. So I'm thinking about framing. I feel like the smaller stitches are kind of fun to, maybe finish differently. Like these are kind of fun to finish differently, but these big ones, I don't know. I'm still debating about that, but that's Frosty Forest. It was fun. I liked it. It was a fun stitch. Hello, Huckleberry. Sharon, you're in your 50s and should know better. Oh, you love Lord of the Rings. He asked questions the entire movie. Thankfully, we're only there with only one other couple. Her husband asked questions too. My sister loves Lord of the Rings. Hello, hello, hello. Section by section, says Teresa. Donna, the white border of one block. I did not, and do grid mark. I do not grid mark. No. I just do, I started with the white border of one block. So I did it block by block, but I've known some people who did the white, all the way across the top. And then, so it's whatever makes sense to you. But for me, I'm kind of like a completion person. So I did it block by block, and then I could be done with that. And then I didn't do this, but I'm going to try to do this with early Americans. You can go and do the next block, and get it all ready. Well, you're not doing that. You have all the patterns, but if you were doing a month by month stitch along, you could get the next one ready to go so that when you get the pattern, you just have the center to do. But I just did the border for each block at the time that I was doing that block. That's how I did it. Take one block at a time. I do not grid mark, but do use the line marker. How did you get the church for the middle instead of the words? I used a different pattern. So there's a pattern that's called Let Us Adore Him, and it's by Little House Needleworks, I think. So Frosty Forest is by Country Cottage Needleworks. This is Let Us Adore Him by Little House Needleworks. I looked and looked to see if I could find a church that would fit and look proportional to the other cottages. And I had a hard time finding one that was going to be a good size. And then somebody had ordered this as a pattern. And as I was filling the order, I was like, oh, that's it. That's the church for the center of Frosty Forest. And so I put it, people have asked, like, did you keep track of your stitches and how you did it? I didn't. I really just did it visually as I was stitching. And so I kind of figured out, I wanted it to kind of line up with the other two on either side. So that's kind of how I figured out where to start. And then I counted up and I started at the top and stitched down. And then these trees are actually from this pattern. So I just kind of combined different patterns to make it fit with this series. And I wanted to do 2 big trees on either side. And I had to adjust them a little bit so that they fit. So I just kind of stitched it as I did it. And I thought, oh yeah. And then the same thing with the snow down here. I thought, oh, I'm going to go a little bit longer here, a little bit shorter here. So I didn't kind of map it out. I just kind of did it as I went. And then I have seen, I saw one that somebody did this church in the center and they added a fence in the front, which looked super cute too. But I kind of liked it to be it reminds me of like a country church. So I just kind of messed with it as I went along. But that center church is just a separate pattern that fit. I thought that it would fit nicely and work in that middle part. What I loved was that you did it in DMs3 and yeah. DMC and on Ada. I love the overdyes and the linen, but it looks so nice and like a relax. Yeah, it was easy. It was 16 count Ada. It was a nice, easygoing stitch. Sometimes those linens and can be, it takes a little bit more effort to stitch on, until you get used to it. You did good, Angela. You may need to start. I have no time. No time. Okay, so last week we had talked about, we were talking about our Betsy Ross stitch, and I shared my Betsy Ross story of when we went to Washington, D.C., and on our way we stopped in Philadelphia, and my husband and I and our 5 kids at the time, because we only had the 5, our little surprise hadn't arrived yet. We went to Betsy Ross's house and we visited her house, and actress Betsy Ross was there, and she told me that she could cut a 5-point star. George Washington came to visit her. He wanted like a 6-point star or something like that. And she said, George, I can make a 5-point star with one snip of my scissors. It would be much more efficient. And when she said that, I was like, Betsy, I had this look go across my face, and she caught me with this look on my face. And so the look on my face was like, I know you have like 200 years on me, but I'm not buying what you're selling, Betsy. And she was like, young lady, don't give me that incredulous look. I'm going to show you. And so she showed me and she snipped it. And then we stayed after and we chatted with her and she made some stars for us. And then on our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook page, Kim shared a video that showed how to do it. And it was insane how who took the time in 1776 to fold fabric that many times and with that many different angles who did that? Who figured that out, that you could do all of that and snip it once and come up with a star? So anyway, I told you that she gave us stars that I still have. This was in 2016 that we went on this trip. It was the last family trip that we have taken. Sadly, our plan was to do it every other year, and we have not taken a family trip since 2016. So I have the stars still. And so I wanted to show you. These were cut by actress Betsy Ross. And it's a 4-point. Oh, there's 5. There we go. I can't even unfold it, let alone fold it and cut it. So she did this big one. This is the one she did kind of for the demonstration, and then she gave it to my oldest. But I can't even refold it. And then she made a bunch of little ones for the other 4, and she gave all of them their own little star. But this is crazy how they folded all that stuff up. And then she just did one snip, and ta-da, that is the star that is on our American flag. Insane. So I wanted to pull these out and show you before I forgot that these are the stars from actress Betsy Ross with the crazy folding and snipping technique. So if you want to see that video, Kim shared it in our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group. You just have to go to Facebook, search for Happy Little Stitchers, and then request to join the group, and then you'll be able to get in there and see it. So it was really interesting to see that video. Thank you for sharing it, Kim, because it was really cool. I know they didn't have TV, Beth. I mean, somebody had to sit down and figure that out. Who did that? It was very complicated, in my opinion. I thought it was very complicated. Okay, so today I have so many things to share with you, and I have some hot items that I have saved to share with you guys first, to give you first dibs on it. Those hot items are on the quilting side, so we're going to go through that in a little bit, but we're going to start with stitching first. Okay, first of all, I wanted to let you know our January Stitch of the Month is almost done. We are on January 21st right now, and so we have 10 days of January left. We have a few of these left. I'm not going to reorder the kits, the stuff that's needed for the kits, but I will have Jack, the pattern, in the shop for sale, even after he's no longer the Stitch of the Month. And the cloth, this is called 25 count Lugana Basalt Splash by Zweigart. That's this cloth that will be available for individual sale. And then it depends on how many floss kits I have left as to if I'll make that available. But you have until the end of January to get the whole kit, the cloth, the floss, and the pattern kind of as a kit. So this is Jack, and he is designed by All Through the Night. I think her name is Lisa Sullivan. Susan Sullivan is the designer. I can't remember if it's Lisa or Susan. And I have the pattern here somewhere. I'll put Jack back there. I have the pattern here somewhere, and I can tell you that he is buried. Aha. Ta-da! Here's Jack. All Through the Night, Bonnie Sullivan is the designer. So that is Jack. And then next week, I will probably share with you our February stitch. What's going to be our February stitch of the month. My mom already stitched it so that I'll have it to show to you. She really enjoyed it. It was a super quick stitch for her. And it's really cute. It's a cute little stitch. I just have to finish it. So my goal is to finish it by next week, and then I'll have it to share with you guys. I know, it is like origami stuff. I mean, it was just crazy. I have not even gotten Jack started, said Brandy. Tammy, oh yeah, hopefully it'll be coming soon. Betsy was certainly ahead of her time. And I think it was Huckleberry who was like, she didn't have YouTube to look it up on. I was like, that's right. Who figured that out? Okay, so that is Jack. I'm going to share the February stitch of the month next week with you. Now, we are close to, I'll probably send out invoices either over the weekend or next week sometime for our next month of stitch alongs. But right now we are stitching, all right, February, Cottage of the Month. This is our last cottage for our Cottage of the Month stitch along round 1. But we are starting our Cottage of the Month stitch along round 2 in March. So if you haven't reserved your spot yet and you want to stitch these adorable little cottages, please reserve your spot for our Cottage of the Month stitch along that starts in March. This Baby Shark, oh my gosh. Baby Shark, yes, it gets old. Like, invest in earplugs, do something. Huckleberry, do you make all of your project bags? Trisha, I do not make my project bags. And I will tell you about that in just a second. When my older kids were younger, we had to ban Baby Shark. I was like, no more Baby Shark. Your father and I cannot take it. No more Baby Shark. And now my little one has found, she's discovered Baby Shark. And so now she's walking around saying Baby Shark all the time. And I look at my husband, I thought we escaped it. Like, the older kids were into it, and I thought that we escaped it. And now here it is, it's back again. So yes, Huckleberry, it gets old. And hopefully you can find something else to distract them and get them onto something else. Earplugs, please. I had to invest in earplugs when my kids all got recorders at school, and they would bring them home from school, and I would play music on the radio as, like, you know, some mom time. And my kids would whip out their recorders and try to play their recorders along with the song that was on the radio. So when the recorders came home, that's another time you need earplugs. They were all thinking that they were really great radio worthy musicians. And so they were playing along with the song that was on the radio. And I was like, no, I want to listen to the song. Oh my gosh. Yes. Everybody knows Baby Shark. My 2-year-old loves Baby Shark. And there's like all sorts of different ones. Grandma Shark, Mama Shark, Daddy Shark, Santa Shark. There's a Christmas one that's out there. And he plays it in Japanese. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Yes. Run as fast as you can away from Baby Shark. Okay. So, Trisha, no, I do not. I have made project bags in the past. I've made maybe 3 or 4 of them and decided it's not my cup of tea. I don't particularly enjoy making project bags. And now I just have life is busy. And so I enjoy, like, I have a little bit of an addiction to project bags, but I just don't enjoy making them. So I would much rather spend my time stitching or quilting than struggling through a process that I don't really enjoy. So instead, I get a lot of my project bags from Sharon. So Sharon has she's on here today, and she has an Instagram. My light just fell over. She has an Instagram called @Sharon'sBagsAndMore, and she has kindly made these. I buy these from her. So this one is a Sharon bag, and all of the project bags you see are from Sharon. So I do not make them, but there are lots of people in this group who do make their own project bags, and they are lovely. So that's my project bag story. So here is my February so far. I still have a little bit to do in order to be done. I did change. I stitched my house white instead of pink. I asked my daughter, I kind of wanted to do white instead of pink. And then I asked my daughter, because February is her birthday month, my oldest. And so I said, what do you think? It's your birthday month. Like, what do you think? And she was like, I like white better. So I stitched it white instead of pink. This is the only cottage that I changed any colors with. Was from pink to white. And then my plan for all of these cottages is I'm going to frame them. My plan from the very beginning has been I'm going to frame them all, and I'm going to do a months of the year display in my little one's bedroom. So I'm just going to put them all up on and hang them year round. I'm not going to switch them out every month. It's just going to be a year round display in her room. And my hope was to use those family tree frames, and I cannot for the life of me get my hands on them. Like, I've contacted them a million times and I get no response. So now I'm trying to figure out a different frame path to go. I haven't figured it out quite yet, but I'm working on it. So as soon as I get them all finished and hung up and displayed in her room, I will for sure be sharing that with you guys once it's all done. Yes. I thought of a circle on the wall and putting the current month in the middle. Oh, that's a really good idea, Huckleberry. Okay, so we're working on that one, and then Cottage of the Month is done. So there will not be any invoices for Cottage of the Month at the end of this month. And then I'm just going to go through my pile in the order that I have it, because all of my stitches are kind of messed up. This is our Shine On Stitch Along. This is where I'm at so far. I got my house done and the bee. So I still have a chunk to go, but that's where we're at so far with that. This one is really fun. The colors are so pretty. I plan to frame this and hang it behind me when I am done with this one. So this one will be a pretty easy finish because it's just going to get framed. So we are finishing up here. I have this big guy to do, and then these to do down here, and this to do up here. So this little section right here is January, and then we're going to move on to February, which is right here. So that's what we're going to be working on next month. But this is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this stitch along. Love Shine On. She does have white frames. I know. I don't know where to get those though, because I looked at Riley Blake and they don't have them. They're usually my supplier for all things Lori Holt. I don't know who she did those with. Maybe she did it with It's So Emma. I'm not sure. But I do have to, I heard from her today, by the way, my new bestie. So yeah, I do need to look into it. Who doesn't want to be Lori's friend? She does go to Hobby Lobby a lot. I don't get to Hobby Lobby a lot because it's too far away. It's not convenient. It is just not convenient. Okay, so my gosh, I'm so unorganized. We are finishing up Betsy Ross. So Mrs. Holy, this is so funny. Yes, I think that they do too, but I want to carry them myself if I'm going to get them. So she was very nice to contact me today to let me know that the meeting that she had to discuss this potential collaboration didn't end up happening this week. So I probably won't hear from her with any information till next week. So it was really nice for her to contact me though, and not just forget of my mere existence. And so she kind of just reached out and kept me in the loop, which I really appreciate. Will you do a cross stitch pattern and or kit every month? That is my hope. And if we don't do a kit, then we'll at least highlight or spotlight a specific cross stitch designer each month. And then I'll always have charts in the shop that from that designer. And then people can pick whatever chart they want and stitch whatever they want. But I have one for sure planned for February. I already have the one ordered for March, and my plan is to try to get that stitched up to show you by the end of February. The one for March is really pretty. I'm kind of excited about it. So that's my plan, is to have a stitch of the month every month. And if not an entire kit to offer, then at least spotlight a designer, and you can pick whatever pattern you want from that designer to stitch that month. Yeah, I don't have details to tell you yet, so I'm hoping to hear next week. So, well, look at you all new besties. I'm loving Betsy Ross. Can't decide if I'm doing them as a whole or separately. So I'm doing mine as a whole, and Betsy Ross was so much fun to stitch. And I was so itching to do a patriotic stitch yesterday because I was watching all of the inauguration stuff, and I was like, I want to be stitching something patriotic. So this is my Betsy Ross. And next, you guys will be receiving, where did I put him? All right, so that's Betsy Ross. Next up is John Hancock. So this is what we're going to be stitching in February. I am excited. I am loving. I mean, I seriously have been like, I want to start the next one. I really enjoyed stitching this one. I don't know. I mean, I love the history. I love all of that. I don't know what the draw is specifically, but I really enjoyed it. And so I really wanted to start number 2. I was like, I want to start the next one. I don't want to wait till February. This one is a lot of fun. So I'm really enjoying Early Americans. Ooh. Nice, Laura. I better get busy on her. You were quick. I couldn't put it down. Like I kind of got behind on some of my other stitches because I was enjoying that one so much. But she did stitch up pretty quickly. It didn't take too long. It did go pretty fast. Okay, then you guys are also working on autumn tiered trays. And have you seen the winter one? It is so pretty. And Sam has already requested a stitch along for next year for only the seasons, which I think is a really great, fabulous idea because I really want to stitch these trays. And so the seasons might be more manageable and maybe more of a every other month or quarterly even stitch along. You know, maybe we stitch during that season. I don't know. So I really like that idea. So keep that in the back of your minds for next year. We might, I mean, so winter will for sure be tacked on to the current stitch along that we have going on. So anybody who signed up for that, once I'm able to get winter, and she's still printing the patterns right now, so they're not going to be, it's not going to be anytime soon. Then I will send invoices for winter and put together a floss kit and all that kind of stuff. But then next year, we'll do another Celebrate Tiered Tray Stitch Along and just do winter, summer, spring, and autumn. And take our time with it, because these are not like Early Americans or Glitter Village or Snow Village. These take a chunk more of time to stitch. So you really need to allow yourself time to stitch them, because they're not going to be quick finishes. She looks so nice on your fabric. Thank you. That's Waxing Moon by Fabric Flare. Quarterly slow roll, and Sam is in. That's what I'm thinking, because you really do need to give yourself time. So once I'm able to get winter, then winter will be coming. No, I have not heard about a nativity tray. I did ask her if she could do, I think Kim contacted her about a nativity tray. I haven't done any of the trays yet. I think I'll change the tray to black to match mine. Nice. I think Kim contacted her about a nativity tray, but I have not. So I don't know anything about that. But I did contact her about a sewing tray, and she was thinking about that. So I don't know where that's at and if she's going to do it or not. But if she does, I will tell you as soon as I know. And then we are working on Sew by Row. And this month we are on the ringing machines, the Mary machines, ringing. I don't know. I can't remember what I called them. And I did not get much farther than I was last week on this one. So I'm still working on the pink machine. And I think, I don't know, I'm hoping to crank that out I'm hoping to get a lot of stuff done in a short period of time. I have not done my Shine On blocks of the month yet. And so I'm going to have a sewing weekend this weekend and really work on getting those done. So I'll have those to share with you next week, and then I'll be on track with that. You guys are also working on the March Truckin' Along. No, you're working on February. This is what's coming next. March will be invoiced for, like I said, either this weekend or next week. So March is the next Truckin' Along. Nice, Joe. She's stitching her Sew by Row as she watches. Ooh. And then, let's see. Right now we're stitching Pumpkin Park from Spooky Hollow by Little Stitch Girl. And next month we are moving into the library for Spooky Hollow by Little Stitch Girl. So that will be on the invoice for this next one. And then right now we are working on Glitter House 1 for our Glitter Village stitch along. Could do a Truckin' Along stitch along with classic colorworks. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, I think that I could do that. What I might do is just offer that floss kit in the shop with the pattern, so that it's available for people. But I have to be able to get the classic colorworks floss, which right now has been kind of hard to do. Like my supplier has sold out of a lot of it. So I order a ton of it and then I only get a teeny tiny amount of it. So that's kind of back ordered a little bit, but I keep adding it to my order so that I'm working to build up my supply. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. So we're doing Glitter House 1 right now. My mom is stitching this with you guys, and this was her finish. Oh, there's a glare. So that's her finish. I wish that you could see you can see a little bit of the sparkle along the side here on the cloth. I'm going to try to get a picture of this today and post it so that I can keep up with posting her finishes, but it's super cute. She is really loving this stitch along. She is loving stitching it with you guys. She is itching to start the second one. This is the second one. Glitter House 2. This is what's going to be coming to you. Loving how it is turning out. Oh, good. I'm so happy to hear that, Brandy. The fabric is great, says Brandy. Good. I'm so happy to hear that. Sharon says, oh, that is so pretty. Yay, Mom. Mom does wonderful work. She does do wonderful work. And she's speedy. She's quick. Like I gave her that February stitch and she stitched it up lickety split and brought it back to me. Which cloth did you use on the Glitter House, Donna? It's called Stardust and it's by Charles Craft. Mom's stitching. Mom's itching to keep stitching. She is. She wants to do that. And she also really wants to do Main Street. And so I might at some point put up a stitch long reservation for Main Street by Country Cottage Needleworks because she thinks that that's really, really cute. And so she would love to do that one. I feel like I should have more stuff to share with you. And then we are working on our teeny tiny pillow stitch along. This is the one that we're doing in January. And then in February, we're going to be moving on to the tulips. And I think I have a couple more of these left for the stitch along. So if anybody wants to join our teeny tiny pillow stitch along, email me and let me know, because I think it says sold out online, but I have a few more available. I think I had some left over from Little Stitcheroos. And so I have a couple left that I could open up if people want to join. That Main Street is so cute, Mom. That's a great idea, says Brandy. Huckleberry, I hope to start mine soon. So cute. Those stitch cards, they are cute. I think I'm on this one. I think I have to stitch this one. But they're super cute. And guys, those stitch cards get even cuter. I mean, the ones that are coming are so cute. So then in January, February, March, April, in May, so at the end of April, then you'll get your next set of stitch cards. And if you guys feel like you're going through them really quickly and you want that to be faster, we could always change that too. But I figured it's an easy stitch. You don't want to put any pressure on anybody that you have to have it done in a certain period of time. So 1 a month seemed like a good time frame to me. And then we are starting Snow Village. So this is going to be invoiced for this next month. We're starting this in February. I'm super excited to stitch this with you guys. You guys, we have a ton of people stitching with us. I kind of can't believe how many people signed up for this. So I'm really excited about that. I'm so excited. So hopefully everybody will join on here and we'll be able to get some new stitchers to be part of our group. How in the world do you get all these stitches done each month? Well, I don't. I started to do the Celebrate Tiered Trays, and then I backed out of that. And then I was doing Jack Frost, and then I turned that over to my mom because I couldn't keep up. I mean, so I just try to do the best that I can. And some months are better than others. But the big thing, sometimes I can put pressure on myself. And the big thing, and you guys do a really good job of helping me to remember this, like this is supposed to be a happy outlet. It's not supposed to be pressure filled or stressful. It's just supposed to be, a happy outlet. I like having goals to keep me kind of accountable. So to try to do them and finish them in the month, I like that. Like that drives me and motivates me to keep doing it. But once it starts to get to the point of being stressful or like I feel tense and pressure, I need to just take a deep breath and be like, okay, it's going to get done. I don't think that you guys are going to be super disappointed if I don't have it done by the end of the month. I think you guys are a pretty understanding group of people. So I just need to remember it's for enjoyment, and it's supposed to be a release, like a good, healthy outlet, not something that stresses people out. Thanks for a wonderful early morning start. Have a good day, Joe. We'll see you hopefully next week. Yes, you will be able to fit Brandy Snow Village on one cloth. Yep, the piece of cloth that I'm sending you, it will all be able to fit on there. Love the idea of the seasonal trays. Me too, Stacy. That was a great idea, Sam. Okay, so that's all my stitch along stuff that I have to share with you, I think. But I have some new stuff that is in the shop that I want to go through with you quickly. A bunch of new charts and some restocks that I was out of stock for that I just was able to get back in stock because some of them were sold out for a while. So I want to share that with you. And then I got some beautiful new cloth in. Okay, so first I'm going to go through the charts. I was introduced to the Wee Santas by Heart and Hand over the Christmas break. And so I added probably maybe 10 different We Santa years to the shop. I just pulled one. I'm not going to share all 10 with you, but we now have a bunch of We Santa charts in the shop. They're by Heart and Hand. They're super cute. They're these teeny tiny stitches. I mean, they're not teeny tiny. They're like, what is the stitch count? 51 by 81. So it finishes at approximately 3 by 5 for this particular one. They all vary just slightly, but they're, you know, approximately the same size. But We Santas are in the shop by Heart and Hand. Okay. Couple new Stitching with the Housewives charts are in the shop. This first one is called Be Mine. Yeah, exactly, Huckleberry. They're kind of like the Prairie Schooler Santas, but by Heart and Hand, and they're really cute. They're super cute. So Be Mine by Stitching with the Housewives, that's in the shop. Be My Valentine by Stitching with the Housewives is in the shop. And then this one I was a customer request. This one is Heart and Hand 2021 Collector's Heart. So apparently she comes out with this every year, and a customer requested for me to carry this and get it and have it available. And I'm drawing a blank on who that is. So I hope that she's watching and that she's seen my Instagram posts and knows that it's in the shop now. But this is kind of cool because you get these 2 charts in here. So both of these are included. And then you get cloth to finish both of them on. So the cloth is already in with the chart. And then you get the little charms and beads that go with it. So it's like an entire little kit in one. And it says, look for the good. Look for the good. Yeah, that's what it says. So it's very, very cute. Erin says, I love the sentiment on that collector's one. Yeah, look for the good. I like it. And it's a whole kit. So don't look at the price. And because when I looked at the price, I was like, what? And then I realized, oh, you get the cloth. It's all already in here. You just need the floss. But don't look at the price and be like, what is going on? Why is this so expensive? The reason is because there's linen included in it. Okay. And then you guys, this is January, the Prairie Schooler. January by the Prairie Schooler. So I know that some of you follow Lori Holt on her YouTube, which I'm so glad that she got a YouTube channel. I'm so excited that she has her own channel. I think that that's so cool, and I'm excited about it. I can't watch it all the time, so I don't have time to watch a lot of Flosstubes, which is why I keep telling you guys, just keep me in the loop if there's something interesting or cool that I need to know about. But for some reason, I did see this one where she was just starting this Prairie Schooler, and she did some color changes, and I thought it was just such a pretty chart. I don't think that I would have paid much attention to it had I not seen her video. So it's such a cute chart, and January is my birthday month. And so I got this, and I have ordered the floss to go with the floss changes that she made, because that's how I would like to do it. I think it just freshens up the whole look of it. But there are 2 charts, so you get both. Well, you get 3. You get the big one, and then you get this one, and you get this small one. And it says, January brings the snow, makes your feet and fingers glow. So January is now in the shop. I don't have the floss kit yet, but I am working on it. And then you couldn't just get January. I got February as well. So this is February by the Prairie Schooler. And this one says, February brings hearts ornate and reveals if winter leaves early or late. And I'm almost thinking about doing this whole series as a stitch along. Is that crazy? And would anybody be interested in it? Because if not, then I'll just stitch them by myself. But I definitely want to stitch for sure January and for sure December so far, because both of those are beautiful. And I think that this one is really pretty too. So let me know if anybody would be interested in a stitch along for this. These would take a little bit longer. So, you know, it might not be a monthly thing. Maybe we would have to go a little bit slower. And then I thought December was gorgeous. So I had to get this one too. And December says, chill December brings the sleet, a blazing fire, and holiday treat. And again, you get all 3 charts in there. So I will work on getting the other months. I've been just kind of adding them as I go. Oh, Kim says she would love to stitch them. Yeah, it would not be this year. It would be next year. And it might be fun to switch it up and do, a different designer. We haven't done Prairie Schooler as a stitch along, so that could be fun. December's is so pretty. I thought it was gorgeous. This is actually the one that I saw first before January because I didn't have it available. So I ordered this one right away because I thought it was so pretty. But it would be, if we did a stitch along for it, it would be next year. Like maybe we start it in January after the holidays. But it wouldn't be this year because I wouldn't be able to add anything more for this year for myself. With all of them, I would at least want to do my birthday month. Yes, Kim, next year, agreed. So Brandy says next year. What does October, November look like? I have to sit down and look at my stitch along schedule. So I have all of that written down on a piece of paper, maybe in a spreadsheet. I think I have it in a spreadsheet. So I got to sit down and look at it because I try to not have too many going at the same time. But we're talking about in the fall, we're also talking about Gingerbread Village and Santa's Village to start for in the fall. Sam's in for next year. I have January and December. I would do the rest with you for sure. Awesome, Laura. And the Santas. Yeah, those are super cute. I really like these. I'm so glad that I happened to catch that one YouTube video that she showed it because, I browse through all of the charts when I'm placing orders to try to see if there's anything that might be fun that you guys might enjoy. And I've looked through Prairie Schooler stuff a cajillion times, and I didn't really ever pay much attention to these. So I'm really glad that I saw that YouTube video because I love them. I think they're so pretty, especially January for my birthday. Yes, Tammy, we share a birthday month. Yes, to Santa's Village. Yes, so that is kind of in the back of my head for fall. But again, I need to sit down and just look at when some of our stitch alongs are wrapping up. I try not to have too many happening at the same time. So I have a whole schedule planned out, and I just need to see where there are holes to be able to put those in because Gingerbread Village and Santa's Village have both been requested, and I would like to get those on the schedule at some point. And then the tiered tray 4 seasons has been requested for next year. I think this would be an amazing one to do for next year. So I just need to look at my schedule, and then I'll start to get those online because then, people will just have a ton of time to sign up for it. I like them, especially, January for your birthday. Okay, this is another new one that's in the shop. I think I showed this last week. It's called It's Snow Cold, and it's by Little House Needleworks. And then here are some restocks that I was out of stock. This is Sweet Land of Liberty by Blackbird Designs. And I finally got this back in stock. I think I got it back in stock over the holidays, and I'm kind of late to sharing it. And then another Blackbird Designs. This one's called Sewing Club, and it's like a book. It's full of patterns. It's called Sewing Club. And this one sold out really quickly, and they were out of stock for a while, and I just got it back. This one is Hands-On Design. I think I shared this one before, but it's called Snow Much Fun by Hands-On Design. Oh, really, April? April says she just started Sweet Land. What? No, Sweet Abigail. Salute to Abigail. I'm gonna look it up. Let me see if I can share it. Oh, it's right there. This is what April is just starting. This is Sweet Abigail. It's so pretty. I don't know what it is right now, but I am loving the patriotic stitches. And I thought, my gosh, pretty soon people are going to be getting those because July is going to be coming. And then we have Snowman Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. I think these snowmen are so cute. Yay for HIH yearly. Yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, so, oh, and then cloth. All right, I have some new cloth. You guys, we have so much cloth in the shop. If you are looking for cloth, please check out happylittlestitchshop.com because my drawers are overflowing and I need it to go out so then my drawers are more manageable. Yes, me too, Tammy. I'm feeling it right now. So pretty, April, says Sam. Cecilia does. Oh, yeah. April is my birthday month. Okay, so we have Star Sapphire. This is in 32 count linen. And this is by Wachel. It's really pretty. It's almost like a grayish, bluish 32 count linen. It's called Star Sapphire. This one I thought was gorgeous. For the right stitch, this is 32 count linen and it's called Sea Foam. I don't know if I can show it. And this is by Weeks Dye Works. And I can't even do it justice, like show it to you to give it the same color that I'm seeing. It's called Sea Foam and it's almost kind of a tealy, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's really, really pretty. Would be gorgeous for the right stitch. So that one is called Sea Foam, 32 count linen by Weeks Dye Works. And then we have Raw with white dots. This is by Zweigart, and this is 32 count linen. And then we have 32 count Lugana by Zweigart. This is platinum. This one was requested by Kim. She uses this a lot. It's a very nice neutral color. It's not coming across great, but it's called platinum, 32 count Lugana. Then we have 28 count Lugana. This is Springfield Sage. And this is a really pretty one too. It's almost like a gray green, like a very little bit of sagey gray. So Springfield Sage, this one is gorgeous. And I'm thinking that I'm going to do my hometown holiday series on this one as long as it doesn't make them too big. So I got to figure that out. I got to do some stitchy math and figure it out. But this one is called Desert Opalescent. Yeah. Desert Opalescent. And it's 25 count Lugana and it's by Wachel. And it has that glitter in it. It's so pretty. It's like a very subtle sparkle. It's not overwhelming. It's very subtle. It would look like little snowflakes in the background. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. Angela, what was the name of that book? It's called Sewing Club. So this one is Sweet Land of Liberty. And this one is Sewing Club. The Sweet Abigail that April is talking about is in Sweet Land of Liberty. If that helps. Tammy. So yeah, Sweet Land of Liberty. This one has the Abigail stitch that April is doing. And then this one is Sewing Club. Sewing Club has 16 projects in it. And Sweet Land of Liberty has 5 patriotic stitches in it. 5 patriotic cross-stitch projects is what it says. And then my last piece of cloth, this one is called Tarnished. This is in 14 count Ada. It's by Fabric Flair and it's called Tarnished. And it's coming across kind of dark on the screen. It's not that dark. It's a little bit, it's similar to Hazy Gray, but different. It's not quite, it's lighter than Hazy Gray. Okay, you are welcome, Tammy. So that brings us up to date on all of our cross-stitch stuff. Now I'm going to move on to quilting. And I have some hot items that have not been claimed that I am going to share with you once I can unbury it, which is not going to be right now. First up, Flea market. Flea market. I wanted to remind people because I've been getting some reservations for these, which I'm glad to see them coming through because I still have a bunch of reservations for flea market windows available, and I have a ton of reservations for flea market table runner. So both of these are in the shop to be reserved. They come after flea market arrives. So flea market's already here. It's been here for a little bit. I'm expecting these probably early February to arrive. So if you're interested in flea market windows or flea market table runner, reserve them in the shop. I have a bunch of reservations left. And then Sleep Tight. I just got notification that Sleep Tight has shipped. So it is in transit to me right now. So as soon as I get it, I will cut up those kits and invoice you for them and get them out the door to you. I have been offering this to go with our NICU Little Miracles Quilts charity drive. And so we are trying to donate 100 quilts to NICUs all over the country, all over the world, by the end of February. We're at about 30 quilts. So it is climbing. I'm excited because it is climbing. More and more of you keep ordering the quilt labels, which I'm now trying to find. More and more of you keep ordering our quilt labels to add to your quilts, and that's how we're counting our quilts that are being donated. So here is the quilt label. It says Little Miracles Quilts, and then it says, sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. And this can be attached to your quilt before you donate it. And then every time these go out the door, these labels are free. So they ship to you, no charge, free. We just want them to get onto quilts and get quilts donated to NICUs. Every time one of these goes out the door, my daughters color more of this in. And so the thermometer is slowly rising, but we hope to have it completely full up to 100 by the end of February. And some of you guys are working overtime. I totally know because some of you are making multiple quilts to donate to try to help us reach that 100. And I so appreciate it. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing extra to try to help us reach 100 quilts for our first time. This is our first year doing this. It'll be an annual thing. We will do it every year around the same time of the year. And our hope is to reach 100 for this first year, to raise awareness for NICUs and to support NICUs and to raise awareness for prematurity awareness. Will you put a tag in with those? What? Huckleberry? Will you put a tag in with those? I don't know. So order your labels and we'll get them out to you. What size should these miracle quilts be? So the sizes are all on the home page, but those sizes are just guidelines. I've had some of you contact me and say, my quilt is this size. Is it still okay? It's totally fine. So the sizes that I put on the homepage, happylittlestitchshop.com, are just guidelines. I think the sizes were like 36 by 52, or I can't remember what they are. Yes, Huckleberry, I sure will. I will put those labels in with the Sleep Tight quilt kits. Yes. So if you go to happylittlestitchshop.com, Sue, there's a whole NICU Little Miracles Quilts section that kind of gives a little bit of history about why NICUs are so important to us and how we have been touched by the NICU experience, and then why we wanted to do this charity program. And then in there, it talks about the sizes. But again, those are guidelines. So really anything kind of in that general ballpark would be just great. Yes, Huckleberry, I sure will. Okay, so that's that. And then I have a few this new quilting thing in the shop. This is Lori Holt's newest flea market tin mug. And these have been selling like hotcakes, you guys. And so I have a few of these left in the shop. It's super pretty. It's a tin mug. You can enjoy your beverage in here, or you can have it in your sewing space just to brighten your space and store pens in there or binder clips or whatever you want to put in there. So these flea market tin mugs are in the shop. And then I wanted to remind you that Lori's Flea Market So Long starts on Monday, January 25th. You did just order that, April. It's on its way to you right now. And so number one, I wanted to share with you that I have one Flea Market Flowers So Long quilt kit that I'm waiting for someone to pay an invoice on. But if they don't pay it by Sunday, then this will be available. So if anybody is looking for a Flea Market So Long quilt kit and you haven't gotten one yet or haven't tracked one down or whatever the situation is, I do have one that could be available. It's been over a month now since I've sent the first invoice and I haven't heard anything from that person. So I might be able to make that available to somebody if you are interested in it. Also, in preparation for Lori So Long starting on Monday, January 25th, we have the Flea Market ruler bundle. So instead of So Simple shapes, this time she is using ruler sets for her shapes that she's doing to make all of her beautiful flea market flowers. This is the circle bundle, which is available separately in the shop as well as part of this bundle. These are the seed rulers. That's available separately in the shop as well as part of this bundle. And the pie ruler, again, available separately or as part of the bundle. If you purchase the entire bundle together, you get it at a discounted price. So if you need these, you can search at happylittlestitchshop.com, search for Flea Market Ruler Bundle, and you will find it. So I have a bunch of those in the shop. Oh, Sharon, I cannot wait to see those bags. They are going to be so pretty. I saw those binders. So those were super cute. And I can absolutely get those if people want. I haven't been ordering a lot of her extra stuff, but I've been starting to hear from people that people are interested in that stuff. So if I know that you guys want the binders and the office supplies and some of the craft paper and what else? Some of that extra stuff, I would be happy to get that for you. So I will... I can definitely look into those binders if you are interested in that. And then also in preparation for the Flea Market So Long, we have some design boards. If you need any design boards to get all your stuff organized, we have a couple of different sizes of those in the shop. Okay, then also while we're on the topic of Lori Holt, I have a Prim quilt kit left. So Prim would be this. And I also have just a Prim fat quarter bundle in the shop. So if anybody is itching to have Prim in their life, I have that. And then I also have a Flea Market fat quarter bundle available in the shop. Super pretty. Fat quarter bundles are a great way to get the fabric in your life and then just have it when you don't have an immediate plan for it. So that is available in the shop. Will you sell her stickers? I'll have to look into that, Tammy. Do you have any of the pillow kits available? I do not yet, but I'm going to talk about that in just a second. The other thing, we have the Sew by Row quilt pattern. This is Sew by Row Lori Holt's quilt. Looks like this. We have the pattern available in the shop. I just saw this as I was getting ready today, so decided to pull it because I was pulling these two books, which I think that I got, again, over the holidays, and I haven't shared them with you yet. So this one is called Sunday Best Quilts, 12 Must-Make Quilts You'll Love Forever. This is by Sherry McConnell and Corey Yoder. And so this is in the shop, Sunday Best Quilts. And then also this was requested by a customer, and I'm so glad that she requested because it's an adorable book. It's called Acorn Cottage. It's Quilts with Simple and Sophisticated Style by Brenda Riddle. And she has some really pretty quilts in here. This is one of the ones that my customer was going to make. It's teacups. Look at those little teacups and saucers. Prim is beautiful, Donna. You are right. I'll have to look into her stickers, Tammy. So this is Acorn Cottage by Brenda Riddle. That's in the shop as well. And then let's talk quickly about the Pillow Kit of the Month. These are on the way to me. They should be arriving any day now. They were actually supposed to arrive already. They're a little bit delayed in the postal system. And so this is the Pillow Kit of the Month by Riley Blake Designs. I don't have any of these available right now. However, there is always a chance that someone is going to fall through on their reservation. And so if anything opens up, I will let you guys know if anybody is interested in ordering these. My mom is stitching these and she's very excited about it. She can't wait to start sewing them. So you get one pillow kit for each month. They come in these adorable little boxes. The first one that you guys are going to be receiving is this one up here. This is the January pillow that's going to be delivered to you. So as soon as these pillow kits arrive, I'm going to send out invoices and then get them out the door to you right away. So keep an eye on your email if you reserved these pillow kits. If you're part of our Pillow Kit of the Month program, keep an eye on your email over the next week because they should come pretty soon. So these pillow kits are super, super cute, and I cannot wait to see these popping up all over. So please be sure that you share pictures and be sure that you use hashtag Happy Little Stitch Shop so that I can see them. Vintage Christmas is also on the way to me. It's going to be here any day now, all of the yardage for Vintage Christmas. And so as soon as it comes, I'm going to cut them up and I'm going to get them out the door. I'm going to send invoices. I don't have any openings right now. However, there's always a chance that somebody's going to fall through on their reservation. So I will let you guys know if there are any more available. I've already had some people reach out to me, so I'll let you guys know first. And then if there's still others available, I will let you guys know here. And as I'm cutting up the kits, I try to be conservative with my reservations because I don't ever want to run out of fabric. So as I'm cutting up the kits, if I can make more kits up, then I will do that. But I'll be able to tell once I get the kits cut up and can kind of see what kind of fabric we have left. Fingers crossed, Erin. Tammy, I would be interested if you have an opening for the pillow kits, please. Okay, I will let you know. So, I mean, I have a ton of reservations. There's always a chance that somebody could fall through with those reservations. You just never know, especially right now, because I've had people saying that, life has really changed over the last year. So what they would have reserved maybe 3 to 4 months ago, life is just a little bit different right now. Yes, Sam popped up a phone saying Vintage Christmas is coming soon. I'm hoping it was supposed to arrive yesterday. It didn't. It's supposed to arrive today. It hasn't gotten here yet. So I'm hoping it comes sometime soon. So fingers crossed it will arrive soon. Okay. And then you guys, from the other night, I had a whole list that you guys gave me of reservations that you wanted online. So from the new stuff. And remember, Moda collections, I have to order next week. So any of the new releases that I just received, I wish that I would have gotten them sooner, but any of the new releases that I just received, I have to order next week. So your reservations for the Moda stuff in particular is really important. If you're interested in any of that, please get it in. So I focused on the Moda stuff first. So I'm happy to say that between yesterday and this morning, I got Candyland by Hustle and Bustle. It's on the website. The reservation for that quilt kit is on the website. And I've been trying to post all of this to Instagram too. So if you follow on Instagram or Facebook, I've been trying to update every time these are available out there. The fat quarter bundle for cranberries and cream, that is on the website. I think that's by Three Sisters. That is on the website now as well. The Dove panel from Christmas Morning by Lella Boutique and the Joy to the World panel from Starflower. Both of those are on the website for reservation. All of the Fig Tree Pumpkins and Blossoms quilt kits are on the website, as well as the Fat Quarter Bundle. So the large pumpkin, the laurel wreath, the small pumpkin, the Midnight Moon, and the Fat Quarter Bundle for Fig Tree's new fabric collection called Pumpkins and Blossoms. Those are all out there for reservation. And then you guys, we decided the other night we're doing a Guiding Stars quilt along. Guiding Stars is a quilt kit offered through the designer is Fancy That Design House. It's from her fabric collection called Songbook. It is full of beautiful verbiage of hymns. You just have to go and zoom in on the quilt kit that I posted to Instagram. I did a big post about how we're doing a quilt along. It's probably going to start in August. By the time we get the kit, I think August will be a good start time. And I was so touched that you guys had such a strong response to it, number one. Number two, I was even more touched that you had such a strong response to it and that you wanted to quilt that with this group of people. Like, I thought that that was so cool. How cool for us to quilt something together that, number one, we feel a connection to, but then we're quilting it in this community, which this happy little stitch shop community that we have grown is such a kind and encouraging and caring group of people. Like, we're pretty lucky and pretty blessed that somehow the forces of the universe have all brought us together in this location. And so I thought it was just such a cool idea to do a quilt along in particular with all of you. So the quilt along is starting in August. The quilt kit is on the website to reserve. I have to order next week, so it's a little bit of a short turnaround time, but that is out there. And again, the quilt along is going to start in August. And then I still have Riley Blake Design stuff to get out there. So for those of you who wanted the American Jane stuff, I haven't gotten that out there yet, but I will. The States panel, the Desert Blossoms Beneath the Sky quilt kit, and the Gingham Foundry Fat Quarter Bundle, I'm working on all of that. And then, the Hope in Bloom Breast Cancer Awareness Quilt Kit, that was highly requested after our party on Tuesday night. So that is on the website as well. Really touched by some of you guys who have reached out to me about that quilt kit. Hope in Bloom. It's a breast cancer awareness quilt kit. And some of you reached out to me saying that you're making it in honor of your mother, or you're making it in honor of somebody else who has dealt with breast cancer, a breast cancer survivor, or some people who had a long battle with breast cancer and did not survive it. It was really touching to hear your stories. So thank you for sharing that with me. And thank you for requesting for me to put that out there. I'm really, really happy to be able to offer that to you guys. And I would love to see your kits as you're making them. Okay, let me see. I might be interested in the pillow kits too. I agree, says Tammy. What is the name of the quilt kit you were just talking about starting in August? It's called Guiding Stars. Guiding Stars. And it's by Fancy That Design House. And it's from her collection called Songbook. So Guiding Stars is the name of the quilt kit. If you go to happylittlestitchshop.com, search for Guiding Stars, it should pop up, and then you can zoom in and you can see what all of those panels say. There's a lot of, it's a hymn collection. It's a collection focused on hymns that you sang in church growing up, or a lot of you referenced connections with your grandparents or the older generation in your family singing those songs all the time. So there's a lot of personal connections, which I think is really cool. So it's called Guiding Stars. Okay, and then really quickly, here are the two hot items that I have to offer. And I wanted to offer it here to you guys first because you're so supportive, and any perks that I can give you, I want to give you. So this has not been claimed. This is Spring Fling by Lella Boutique. This is a hot ticket. It has gone like crazy. People for a while were kind of banging down my door saying, do you have any more? Do you have any more? Do you have any more? I had to give people ample opportunity to claim their kit that they reserved. It's been since the end of October. So I've given them nearly 3 months and it still is not claimed. So Spring Fling by Lella Boutique, using her Folktale fabric collection. I have this quilt kit available, but it's not in the shop. So if this is something you are interested in, please email me and let me know. I don't want to put it on the shop and have somebody snag it. I wanted to offer it to you guys first if there was anybody here who wanted it. It's gorgeous. Hoping to start it in February, says Huckleberry. Yes. So this one is super, super pretty. This is my favorite quilt by far from her folktale collection. It's called Spring Fling. So that is available, but you have to email me, happylittlestitchshop@gmail.com, if you are interested in it. I'm going to have to do guiding stars with all of you, even though I already have her panels collected. Yes, Sam, you totally have to do it with us. There's no question about it. You'll have to save those panels for another fabulous project. And then, highly anticipated, hot item, Jane Austen Quilt Kit by Riley Blake Designs. I have 2 of these available. 2, only 2. Comes in this beautiful Jane Austen book box. And you get all of this fabulous fabric and instructions and template. Everything is inside here. So again, these are not online. I wanted to give you guys a chance first. So if I don't hear from any of you guys by the end of the weekend, then I'm going to make it available to other people. But I have 2 of those left, so you have to email me if you're interested in it, and then I'll send you an invoice for it. Okay, that's it. I need to wrap it up because we're running over, but I hope you guys have a fabulous Thursday, have a fabulous rest of your week, and a fabulous weekend. Are any of you going to be sewing up your Shine On blocks? That's what I'm going to try to work on this weekend. Lisa, I'm not sure off the top of my head, but if you send me an email, I don't think it's online. It might be online, but say sold out. So if you go to happylittlestitchshop.com and you search for Spring Fling, maybe it'll pop up that it'll say that it's sold out, but you still should be able to see the price. If you can't, then just send me an email and I can respond to you and let you know. You're going to be doing Shine On, Sam. Me too. So we're going to be shining on together. I need to get those blocks done, and I'm looking forward to having some sewing time. So have a fabulous weekend, everybody. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up if you had fun listening to me babble today. And please be sure you follow us on Instagram and follow us on Facebook and join our Happy Little Stitchers Facebook group. And please join me here again next week. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us keep growing, and comment in the comment section below. I can't remember what the question is. This is the prize that we are going to draw for next week. I totally spaced it last week on a prize, so I'm really sorry, or on a giveaway. So this is the giveaway for next week. Answer the question that's in the description box below, and give me lots of comments this week so that I can read them all. Have a wonderful week, you guys. I will see you next Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time right here. Have a great week, everybody. Happy stitching. Take care.